Without any delay, I'd like to offer this place to Venerable 현각스님 to hear Dharma talk. 현각스님, please.
Yes, thank you. So, welcome everyone to Buddhist television today. I hear you've just coming off of 2 days of temple stay program in the mountains. It's a long way from Morningside Heights. In fact, I was just having dinner in Morningside Heights about 3 weeks ago, because my brother lives up in that area and very familiar with the area, and was at Union Theological Seminary with some friends having dinner and attending an event just about 3 weeks ago. So maybe we passed each other on the street or in the subway at 116th Street. Who knows? I want to welcome all of you to this meeting. And I thought it's interesting. I just came back from Tibet yesterday, so I'm a little still adjusting to life back down here on terra firma, where there's actually moisture and clouds and noisy cars. But thought I'd share just a few experiences about my background and according to Mr. Hall, kind of the issue of how I came to go from basically the situation that a lot of you are in to this situation where I'm practicing here in the mountains of Korea. So I'm also at the end, at some point, we'll open it up for questions and answers, and I have a great group here which I'm sure will challenge me, which is what I'm looking forward to very much. Zen Buddhism is very simple. Zen means understanding my true self. Zen means understanding my true self. So despite the Madison Avenue packaging and reselling of Zen as some mysterious mystical product, Zen is really simple. It's just a collection of teachings pointing directly to my true nature, directly to the fundamental issue of my existence. So Zen is not a dogma, it's not a theology, it's not a philosophy, it's not a religion, it's not a creed, it's not a belief system. There's no belief system in Zen. Zen is merely a body of teachings which causes a human being who follows those teachings and looks into them to look into what is my mind. What am I? So Zen is, as you've often heard probably in some of these, it's like a finger pointing at the moon. The whole body of Zen teachings is just a finger pointing at the moon. If you want to know if there's a moon out tonight, we look. Where's the moon? Oh, it's right. It's over there. Then your eyes follow that finger. They follow the finger, and they see the moon. Then they don't look at the finger anymore. The finger itself is not worthy of any study, analysis. The finger is only pointing at something. So all Zen teaching is merely pointing to my true nature. Some people call that true self. In this talk, I'll call it true self, true nature. Some people call that the absolute, holiness. Some people call it God. Some people call it Buddha, Allah. All great religions have pointed to that. But all great religions have also said you can't call it anything. Yeah? For our people raised in the Judeo-Christian tradition, in the Old Testament of the Bible, you couldn't say Yahweh by name. It's against the law. It's one of the 10 Commandments. Because to call it something, it's already a mistake. In Islam, we have the same proscription. Yeah, you can't draw it. Don't draw it. If you draw it, it's a big mistake. Because to try to depict it is a sin. Zen teaching is the same thing. So in this talk, we call it something, but it has no name, has no form. All religion people talk about it, describe it, analyze it, speak of it, and attach to it their idea of it and think that that's the truth. So all religions are like this. It's like 4 blind men who go to the zoo. 4 blind men went to the zoo and tried to describe an elephant. One blind man touched the elephant's leg and said, this elephant thing, it's like a column. Another blind man touched the elephant's tail and said, no. This elephant thing, it's like a broom. Another blind man touched the side of the elephant and said, no. This elephant thing, it's like a wall. And the 4th blind man, let's be inclusive here, blind woman, grabbed the trunk of the elephant and said, no, it's like a hose. So all of these 4 blind people merely knew their experience. They attached to it and they started arguing and fighting with each other, each believing that their view was the correct view of elephant. Then they started fighting and eventually killing each other. So religion is like that. Everyone attaching to their view of this experience, attaching to that view, arguing over that view, but not seeing the complete picture. So Zen teaching doesn't attach to words and speech. That's why we have this teaching. Even if you meet the Buddha on the road, kill the Buddha. Even if Buddhism gets in the way of understanding your true self, throw out this concept of Buddha. So, human beings are very interesting. We're the smartest creatures in the world, but we cause the most damage to this world, we can see now, to our societies, to ourselves, because we don't know what we are. So, every day we say, I. Many thousands of times a day we say I. Thousands. Even in our sleep. I, my, me, I, my, me. But what is this I? We don't know. We don't know. So Zen teaching is pointing to that. What is this I? So when I grew up in New Jersey. Mr. Ho suggested maybe through the personal experience rather than a straight Zen Dharma talk, through the personal experience of my own background, how I handled this might be more interesting to you. I was born in 1964 in New Jersey, northern New Jersey, and grew up in a very Catholic family in northern New Jersey. But as I was growing up, that time, very much like today, there was the Vietnam War going on. That must be ancient history to a lot of you guys. You're a different generation, maybe. I was at the tail end of seeing that as just a little kid on TV, just like what we're seeing today. Same situation. And the soldiers being carted off in body bags and the damage being inflicted. It was always on. It was on TV. It was the first, war broadcast live into our living rooms. And I had this question growing up: what is this? What is truth? Especially because I had been raised Christian and had been taught, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." So I thought, what is true? What is truth in this situation? What is truth? So this really gripped me, especially because I was growing up in New Jersey, and while my family was not very wealthy, we were upper middle class. We had